Hey, I've got a question for you. Do you ever look at things happening, maybe things on national TV or things that are being celebrated, and they're so anti-God, anti-truth, anti-what is right that you just feel like, boy, do I even belong here? Well, that was the case for Daniel, the main character in this book of Daniel. It's his biography. He writes an autobiography at the end of his life. And in verse 3, he's remembering back to that day when he was probably 14 to 16 years old. He was a teenager when he was in Jerusalem and the city fell to the Babylonians. We're told in verse 3 that King Nebuchadnezzar ordered his chief of staff to essentially kidnap some of the best and brightest young people there in Jerusalem, march them 500 miles to Babylon as captives. So Daniel is actually going to live out his entire life from being a teenager until he dies as a very old man. He's going to live a very eventful life. He's going to see God work. God's going to write a book of the Bible, half of which is prophecy that helps us understand the book of Revelation. And yet his entire life on earth, he will live as a captive. He's never going to get back to Jerusalem. He's never going to see the kind of childhood dreams he had come to fruition in this life. But God is going to work through him in a powerful way. You know, we're told through the New Testament that this world is not our home, that we are aliens and strangers in a hostile and foreign land. Satan is known as the prince of this world. And so until we get to kingdom come, that is to heaven, into the very presence of God, we should often feel like we're not quite home yet. That was the case for Daniel. It's the case for us. But here's the thing. God had a reason for Daniel being a captive in Babylon, and God has a reason for you being placed and planted right where you are today. So give yourself to him today, to be used by him today. I'll see you tomorrow.